Hello there. Welcome to my workshop. I'm going to take apart some average daily consumable goods, stuff you see on a regular basis, and just show you how it works. I am fascinated with the insides of stuff and things, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So let's find something to take apart. Got a nice little table back here. Start with something slightly simple. A set of computer speakers. Nothing too terribly fancy about them. You literally just take them and you plug them in. You can even plug these into a radio or something and be able to listen to it through the headphone jacks. It's just two speakers. And you have to go in to the little holes here on the back. And right there, you'll see inside of those holes there's a couple of screws. And I look inside there, and it looks as if we've got Phillips. So I need to wander back to my pile of stuff and see if I can find a small Phillips. Oh no, no tools. Ha, Phillips. Take a Phillips screwdriver. In here, got a speaker. And it's just literally hooked out to a wire. Have you ever taken a speaker apart? They're actually a lot of fun to take apart. Where are we at? Right there. If you take your speaker, it's a part that literally moves. This piece here travels back and forth using an electric magnet. Electric magnet's back here, and as you can see, I can't feel it on that one. Wires come in, and it moves. All right? It's literally just a coil of wire in the back of this unit here. And you get into a speaker. That part right there, this piece of copper, is actually what causes the magnet, the electricity, to push the paper grill back and forth and allow this to move. Inside right here, we've actually got a magnet in the middle of this that you can actually take out and play with. They're amazingly strong magnets. You can drill the back of it, have fun, try it out. That's how speakers work. Try something else. If we're dealing with computers, you've got a mouse. Pretty straightforward thing. We have a standard plug on it. And it goes in, plugs into the back of your computer, and it communicates to your computer through what's called an XY method or process. A lot of you may have taken this part out and actually gone in here and discovered little rollers on the inside of this, which actually will get covered with dirt. And sometimes if your mouse is giving you troubles, you can actually reach inside here and clean these off. And the fun thing about this is when you're actually moving these by cleaning them, you'll see your mouse screen will move up and down or left and right in a straight line. Because what's happening is as this ball is rolling around, you have a set of pinch rollers which is pushing against the outside edges of the mouse and causing the mouse to get signals for X, Y, or up and down to work. So once again, let's take a look at how this works. Get rid of the ball. Take apart this piece of it here. And we have the pieces in here, which actually are the buttons. And once again, if you look in here, you have your mouse. And when you push on this, this part is moving back and forth, and it's pushing on a little itty-bitty switch right here. Listen, you can hear it click. That's the clicking of your mouse. It's running through some electronics. Once again, you have the pieces that are moving back and forth. They're going little itty-bitty holes inside of these things. And those little itty-bitty holes that are all the way around this. Is someone getting real tight? That are all the way around this are what's actually being picked up by a little sensor sitting over here. You have two sensors, left and right, and those sensors are what's actually tracking the movement of the ball through these little itty-bitty wheels. And all of that, you have two of them, go through here. And how's this held in? And it goes into this piece of electronics, and it is communicated back to the computer to tell it which way is left and which way is right, which way is up, which way is down. fascinating, real simple little things. If your mouse on your computer is dead, and you haven't taken it apart to see how it works, you're missing an unbelievable world of electronics and other interesting stuff. Let's see what else we got over here. Plug-in. Doesn't look like there's much to it. Rather simple. Nothing too fancy. However, they have a fascinating way of putting these together. These are assembled at 100 miles an hour. And fairly easy to see how they come apart. You have this part here. You have this part here, which actually is what receives the end of the cord. And the plug actually goes in to there and picks up all the different the electricity and ties the two, the top and the bottom together. Pretty straightforward things. What I just learned by taking it apart with a hammer is what it actually takes to break a piece of plastic. That is actually educational, an excellent way to start taking things apart. So practice, learn, have a good time with it. Oh, these are fun. These are fun. Circuit breakers. You've got them in every last single one of your panels. And every one of these work a little bit differently. We've got a passel of them here. All right? You can take your time, and you can take them apart. This is a real old circuit breaker, and it's actually held together with tar. They actually took and dipped a little bit of tar in onto the holes to hold the screws in place. And if you dig in to the back here, you can actually find the screws and see how these are put together. They're fascinating. This one has actually one of the screws exposed. However, much more effective. You can get to the inside guts, and you've got the insides of a circuit breaker. Okay, this one has all kinds of cool little parts in it. I've taken one of these apart before. You can actually see the guts here a little bit more effectively on this one. And the circuit breaker has a coil of wire. Your electricity comes in through here, passes out through here, and this coil of wire actually conducts the current, and as the current builds up, it creates a bigger and bigger magnetic force, which will pull this in, and when it pulls this in, it sets off your circuit breaker. Okay? So the current goes through there, pulls down on that, and you get a click, and away you go. Real straightforward. There's a bunch of cool little parts in this thing. As you take this apart, all the pins on these will actually come out. You can drill them out. You can take a look at the way the pieces are put together. You can see the actual, here's a pin that just fell out of it. Another pin over here. Literally, the only thing that was holding the pin in before was the case itself. So while it was in the case, it wasn't able to come apart. But once you get the case out of the way, you have all the pieces will actually start coming down and giving you something you can actually take a look at and play with. The mechanism that actually runs this circuit breaker is an amazing little piece of engineering. Once again, it's a very old style circuit breaker. Gave its life for you. Anyways, next. Got to clean up after every job, huh? What else do we have over here? Computers again. Computer power supply. I'm sure you've all had a power supply fall apart or die or break.